welcome to another fantastic edition of Good Night Sri Lanka after a period of 1 month. The three of us together.
My goodness,
finally,
yes.
Yeah.
1 month.
And if you're wondering why we were giggling before the show starts, it's just because we were do. Someone was singing our theme song.
And not getting it right.
Flat A, flat.
Yeah,
Flat
but we love you, Hamad.
Thank you very much, guys, for being back on the show. It's the 37th show.
What? Are you
Wow.
sure?
Yeah.
My goodness, we must really like each other.
It's
Yeah.
the 37th show.
37.
Not bad.
37 weeks.
37 weeks.
Of this cray.
I know. A big thank you to everybody out there, of course, following us on Gnsl on PodHub. Thank you very much for being a part of the show. It's another Friday night. Here we are coming to you on our PodHub platforms, on YouTube, and of course on Facebook. Thank you so much, guys. Another great show lined up for you this Friday night. And like I said, it's after 1 month. The three of us are actually getting together because something or the other came about after we actually did our show just before Aurudu. Yeah.
After it was back-to-back stuff, no?
Aurudu,
And Aurudu is over.
Yeah.
Basically, Easter is over.
Yeah, then Andy went missing. Sanuri came and sat.
That's right.
Then my battery busted.
Yeah, your battery busted. I went missing.
He was missing that
I was
day.
missing.
Ah, you also missing?
Yes.
Why, Azyan was here, no?
Azyan was here.
Ah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So it was chaotic, but here we are.
But we are here.
Yeah.
We're back on
We
the
are
show.
here.
back
Without
together.
fever.
Yeah.
Well, not really, but well.
Yeah.
Two.
Anyway, lots to actually talk about. We have a guest coming up on the show. In the meantime, let's just quickly recap on as to exactly how our personal weeks were. Let's start off with Christian.
Ayyo, it only takes me 15 minutes to come from home to here.
Oh, really?
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Well, lucky you.
So went to the vehicle 1st of May, that's last Thursday.
Right,
of
yeah.
Right, 1st of May.
Yeah.
Didn't go anywhere, entire day was at home. Came down, open, radio started to work, headlights also on. That's it.
Right.
That's it. I mean, wondering what on earth is going on. These vehicles are like the old ones are පොඩ්ඩක් නිකන් අර තල්ලු start කොහොමත්ම බෑනේ. අර පොඩ්ඩක් තටමන්නේවත් නැහැ. You just get the chuck.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Chuck. Then called my dealer. Only battery.
Dealer as in me, his car dealer, not the other any other kind of dealers that we would have.
After all, it was May also.
No.
Holiday.
Call the dealer.
Yeah. Call the dealer. But do you know?
No.
You would have asked the same question.
No, I have to get don't know what is wrong, no. Right. If it's the battery is one thing, it's something with the engine light, the battery light, everything, every blooming light is blooming, right? මගේ සර් මොන ලයිට්ද පත්තු වෙන්නේ? මේක පත්තු වෙනවා. සර් බැටරි එක බහැලා. හරි බැටරි ඩෙඩ් සර් මුකුත් කරන්න බෑ. මේ ජම්ප් ස්ටාර්ට් එකක් දාගෙන යන්න බැරිද යන ගමන කියලා. මම කිව්වා ජම්ප් ස්ටාර්ට් දාගෙන යන්න පුළුවන් ඊට පස්සේ එන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. ඒතකොට එතනත් ජම්ප් එකක් දාගන්න ඕනේ.
So the vehicle didn't give you any indication whatsoever.
Nothing.
There was no light that blinked.
That's the case.
Right.
It just dies. Right. I mean, in the middle of nowhere, it will just die. But luckily, I have a jumper cable.
Okay.
It happened to me once right in front of St. Bridget's while picking the kid, late night something. And I had to wait down the road, look for someone, few vehicles passing by. One fellow was gracious enough to stop and then start and come. Otherwise, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. So then I'm calling all the mobiles, everything, right? To realize after some time,
mobile.
right?
It's
Hotline,
Batman, Robin, everybody.
Hotline එක හතක් නැහැ.
Nah.
One hata is missing, right? So I'm dialing. So finally, I got the company and then called. Then the security said, "Anasa meka hatat tiyena me e hata me dala dial again." No answer. Then I called this fellow again. I said, "Sir, ada mai palawendaනේ කවුරුත්
ඒකට අමතකුණාද? අයියෝ, people on leave.
ada mai palawendaනේ sir කවුරුත් වැඩ නැහැ, right? And then I thought, okay, fine. Chapter closed. Otherwise they will bring the battery and come and tuck and do.
Ah, really?
Yeah.
And they usually work on POA days also.
Yeah, they usually work on POA days.
Mayday.
But then the next morning they start at 7:30 the guy was there. And then he was trying to fix me a battery. Luckily now I have friends who know these things. My Janat, my batchmate, is a dealer with all these vehicles and he's got his own fleet. And then I called him and said, Machan, this guy is trying to put this battery which is used for these automatic stop machines.
Okay.
What is that called? There's some designation for that. Where in the traffic it stops and then it starts over again.
All right. Usually hybrid vehicles actually.
Yeah, right. So he was trying to fix one of those.
Right.
When my vehicle doesn't have that option.
Right.
Right. But it was $5,000 more.
Right.
And only 1 year warranty. And they say, are you crazy, man? Now that the bugger came, give the bugger some money, jumpstart your vehicle and go to this place and get the specified one for your vehicle, which is cheaper. Yeah, I did that. And
all okay.
Bob's your uncle.
Bob's your uncle, mate.
My God, that was a line I've not heard in a while.
Yeah.
And batteries are not cheap, baby. Yeah?
No.
Batteries are not cheap. Oh my goodness.
But they run for some substantial.
Yeah, but that's the whole idea, no? Because you're not going to be changing batteries on a yearly basis.
Yeah, so
you buy a proper battery, obviously, you have it for about 4 or 5 years.
Shaq, last time, right, I was so lucky, 2 years warranty. 1 month before warranty ended, the battery busted. So got a free one.
Right.
This time, it has done 2.5 years.
So, okay, good.
Right, good. So that was not bad.
Overall, not too bad.
So this time I got the 2-year warranty. Okay, 1 day after the warranty, he decides to die.
So hari nahi
expiration date එක පස්සේ
warranty එක දෙන්නේ.
මේක අර මේ ක්‍රීම් එකක් වගේ කමන්න එක්ස්පයර් වුණාට පොඩ්ඩක් කපලේ ගහලා බලමු එහෙම බෑ.
මිනිහා මොකද්ද මීටරයක් දාලා කිව්වා මහත්තයා සෙල් එකක් මැරිලාම ගිහිල්ලා කියලා. මැරිලාම ගිහිල්ලා.
Dead.
What the hell have you done with the battery?
I don't know.
2.5 years he run also.
2.5 years no, yeah.
Gosh.
And this particular model අර කණු යට තියෙන එක.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, so that is even more expensive. කණු උඩට තිබ්බනම් බොනට් එක වහන්න බෑ.
මට ඒක තේරුන්නේ but
නෑ දනරින තියෙනවානේ plus minus
right
දනරින එකට spark වෙන දන්නවනේ
ඒක හරි that I knew
now usually on a battery it comes the cell is on top of the battery right, so this has to be ගිල්ලලා තියෙන්නේ. So the battery level ends here. This is in a little walla.
Right.
Yeah, so if it comes out, you can't close the bonnet. It knocks on the bonnet.
I have no problem. I only know if a 3-wheeler gets punched or something, then I have to wait on the road. That's the only problems I have. Danarina prashna naha taama.
Good.
How's your weekend?
Good. We had a holiday. We had Lord Buddha's birthday on the 5th of May.
According to Hong Kong.
Okay.
He's been born in several days.
Right.
Sri Lanka next week, right? Next weekend. So or this
long weekend.
Long weekend.
Yeah. Monday, Tuesday.
So for us it was a long weekend. We got 1st of May we had off.
Okay.
I took the 2nd of May off. And then Saturday, Sunday. And then Monday was off. And then Tuesdays when we went back to work. But I actually went back to work even though it was elections day.
Yeah.
That was like Sugala Pastinek at office. We are like, let's play one bump.
How is your tire Montessori cell?
Hondai. Running, taking tires with one finger and everything can do. Now can you style like this?
I was looking at that video and I was thinking to myself, Montessori
No, but for what it's worth, it's at least you feel energized at the end of it and you feel a little good about yourself.
How much have you lost now?
One තමයි ඉතින් කනවනේ ඒකට හරියන දැන් garlic bread ටිකක් ලොක් කෑවා.
How often do you go now? Thrice a week?
4 days a week.
4 days a week.
Tomorrow morning 5:30 a.m. By the way, I'm coming 5:30 a.m. to class.
5:30 in the morning?
Yes.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm very dedicated. My mother is like,
so you pack all your office stuff and go directly?
No. So I work, the days I go to work out, I work from home. That's difficult, no? Can't do that run. So I work 5:30, then by 7 o'clock I'm home. Before 7.
Nice. Energized.
By afternoon, of course, when the bed looks at it, I'm like, hello, bed. Energized in the morning hours. And then so tired. I can't get up at 1 or 7.
Yeah.
How was
yours?
Week was okay. Week was all right. I mean, obviously, it's just a stop-start week, really. I really didn't have much to do, and consider the fact that Tuesday was elections. I mean, Tuesday was elections. It's as if everybody actually went to vote, right?
It apparently seems so.
But clearly didn't.
But you saw the numbers?
They didn't. No, everyone just stayed away from work.
Yeah.
Everyone just stayed away
Everybody's
from
like, I'm
work.
voting, but
Yeah, but I think
no fingers.
See, the other problem was, I think the other issue was, of course, the numbers, the turnout for the elections, provincial council elections, wasn't all that great.
Yeah.
I think one of the reasons, you can't necessarily compare it to the general elections and the presidential elections either, is the fact that not many people knew how to vote. Especially the provincial council elections.
And that plus, Shaq, you didn't know who to vote.
No, but thing is this, you're not voting for anybody. You're only voting for the party.
Yeah, but you have to vote for someone, no?
No, you do vote for the party, apparently.
Elections, no.
Ah, really?
I think not many
I didn't
people
even know that.
This is exactly what I'm saying.
Seriously, now I was thinking Jayasendra, Jinapata,
So every council has X number of seats.
Oh my goodness, that is...
Every council has X number of seats,
okay.
Right? So obviously you are voting for the party, right? And in order for that council to actually be declared the winner and control the council, they need an overwhelming majority.
Okay.
That means they need more than 50% of the seats that they have won.
Okay.
But in most, the NPPs, the government has actually won most councils. At the same time, lots of the councils, they haven't actually won because they haven't got the majority. So if they have won, say for example, if they have won 10 seats, right, and the opposition has actually won 15 seats collectively, the opposition can actually declare a council. You know,
they can get together.
So that's now, for example, now if you take a look at Colombo.
Yes, I read that Colombo did not get the majority, right?
Haven't got the majority. And the first time in almost 50 years, the UNP has actually lost control of the Colombo Municipal Council. Right, and even during the time that all the other municipal councils have been taken, especially during the SLPP era and all that stuff, Colombo was actually held on to the UNP. The UNP has actually lost it. Now, Colombo still doesn't have a majority. Still does in terms.
And they said that they're gonna, have. There were some discussions around that, right?
And then obviously they need to, clearly they need to have a coalition and all that stuff. See, that's another problem, right? Lots of people really did not know in terms of how to vote.
And it was a bit hush-hush also, to a certain level,
yeah, but the
right?
thing is this, Andy, at the end of the day, I think we're just also, in the last 6 months, 3 elections we had, no?
That's right.
That's a bit too much.
It's
a bit too much.
But they're quickly trying to put people in place, I suppose.
I
suppose.
Yeah, so that's that.
But
Anyway,
usually, Shaq, after presidential election, the possibility is that the ruling party will get a majority, at the... this election, the trend has been like that.
Well, the general elections, of course, they did.
Yeah.
They got an overwhelming majority,
Yeah.
right? And the provincial council elections it's not the fact that they haven't got a majority. They have. They really have. And they have, but yes, they haven't performed as well as the previous elections.
That's right.
But again, you can't compare those elections. Every single election is different because the provincial council election really is ground level elections. That's where you are basically going village to village. That sort of election that's going on right now. But apart from that, nothing really much. There is, again, this is something we spoke about last week also, massive rise in chikungunya and dengue.
And that fever is back.
Yeah, it is. It is. Unfortunately, every other person you speak to is not doing well.
I actually went to doctors yesterday, without jokes aside. I actually went because my body started aching and I remembered you.
Oh, thanks.
Oh,
that's a great thing to remember.
And there you go. I remembered Shaq fondly. Yeah. Because I had a body ache.
Shaq.
So, but when I went to the doctors, everybody was either coughing or their eyes are, they have proper fever because they were shivering with fever, some of them, and it's not great to see. So I got a sore throat, I had body pains, and I'm like, better go now itself. So I did.
I've got to tell you that there is this tablet that I was recommended by one of my good friends who is a doctor. He has told me before also, but now that I also started little workout, everything, he was insisting me to take it. There is this little tablet called Ashwagandha. Have you heard of it?
No.
It is very good.
From where?
You can buy it in any pharmacy.
No, as in from what brand? Sorry, not from where.
There is no.
Who's the dealer?
There is no.
Who supplies the pills?
No particular dealer. There are imported ones as well, which are very expensive. Bottled, yeah. You can. It's a capsule, right? The best I think is if you can get it from the Sanstha. Ayurveda Sanstha. That's the best one.
Yeah, but Chrys, don't. I mean, thing is this, right? Don't buy stuff over the counter. Don't.
No, that's true. So I was told to buy either the Ayurveda one, and there was another product that
Did you research?
Yeah. So my doctor told me, this doctor told me, Machan, buy these 2 brands. But then again, I realized that when I took the capsule, that the casing is very thick.
So how to dissolve inside the bandi?
So it must be having its own mechanism, otherwise they won't put it. So you know what I do? I remove the casing and drink the powder.
Not bitter.
No, it's a mixture of cinnamon and herbs.
No, Pondakina, now you are taking this pill.
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
taking it.
Okay. So how do you feel now?
I feel very energetic.
That is not that pill. It's not ashwagandha. It's something else, people. Please talk to Chrys.
No. I trust this friend of mine. No, I don't have to do my research. This friend of mine, I mean, he doesn't take every Tom, Dick and Harry. He does his research. He knows everything, and it's recommended. Highly recommended.
You want to pop some pills?
No. And not going to be buying anything over the counter. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, try to look. I have the brand with me. I'll share it with you.
All right.
Yeah, just try it and see.
How's the big match?
The big match is 50 overs.
Yeah, 50 overs. 50 overs is your big match, no?
Yeah, okay.
Right?
What about the 3 days?
They don't even bother.
You actually don't go, no?
They don't go.
So this time we were...
How the smile?
What is that smile? They lost. Terribly.
In his mind, they won, no? At one point, you're telling your score.
Yeah.
He's telling the score. I'm like, no, but this is wrong. I actually, when I found out, I'm like, no, it's wrong.
It is wrong.
So now this time around we were the place where the fence was not so high.
You jumped
as the one that we were, right?
Don't you dare.
So then we were all standing right close to the fence also. Then ape batch ke ungot paino. And then worse comes worse, there was a guy who was bigger than me who jumped. And I was trying to get over this thing, man. Let's do it.
Right?
And then I can remember gather folks telling, I remember that one angel saying jump, and the devil is saying, no, angel is saying don't jump, devil is on this side saying jump, get over with it, you can do it.
So what about your other friend who was a little bit more larger than you?
Ideally the angel should be on the right side, man. The devil is on the left side.
Okay, whatever.
You have confused the devil and the angel again.
That is why you're trying to jump.
Right? So anyway, I decided no. I'm not.
So you walked around.
Not with the Etanam Indagan, I think hooted the
Oh, you hooted it.
What else to do?
What else to do?
No, but you had fun, no?
Oh, my.
Yeah, that your friend has one dance move for all songs, no?
Yeah, you saw that, no? You saw
one
that?
Dance move.
Yeah.
Oh, very good.
There was this band which played. Guess the name?
What's the name?
Guess the name?
How to guess the name?
No, it's a
random guess that is.
It's a very common item for you, me, and Sanuri.
Common item.
Vatlappa.
But suspended.
There's a band name Vatlappa?
There is a band name Vatlappa.
Sure?
Yeah, sure.
Good.
Mata kiwa Vatlappa manko kata karanne papa job ekut detu na Vatlappa.
No, but you all have kind of sorted out with that picture.
No, what nonsense. What nonsense.
Anyway,
so that's basically our week. It's nice to obviously be back on the show. This is GNSL. Thanks so much, guys, for being a part of the show. And you really do have to improve your handwriting if you want to.
Did he just say cute?
I don't know what he said.
Cut number 10.
What? Cut
to commercial.
Something's wrong. We don't have commercials on the show, but here we are. We're going to cut to commercial.
We'll be back after another Chanda Pratipale.
We will cut to commercial. We are also wondering what this commercial is.
Maybe there is one that we don't know about.
We will be back right after this commercial break. All right, so we have a very special guest, a couple of individuals coming up on the show, like we do on GNSL on a weekly basis. We speak to individuals out there. We talk about so many different stuff. Last week we had somebody on the show, and we had from Rattlesnake.
You gotta tell the joke about
Oh my God, we have.
We'll keep it. Wait, I will remind you.
We have to talk. The best rattlesnake joke ever.
But wait,
ever.
We put a pin on that, but we're coming back to it.
We're going to come back to that one, but you are loving it. I mean, unfortunately, we forgot to say the joke, but today was good. It's great that you're also here. We'll explain this joke, and it's none other than Venuki. Part of this whole rattlesnake joke.
You know these ladies' collagen jokes?
We're going to talk about it. It's fantastic. Okay, but right now we're actually going to cross over and going to be speaking to Dr. Azyan Shafeek, who is on the show with us, and he has obviously a list of credentials in terms of him being a doctor. But today what we're going to be talking about is the fact that we're talking about lifestyle medicine. That's exactly what we're going to be talking about. And this is something that's actually taken over the world, as a matter of fact. And Dr. Shafeek is on the show with us right now to give us more details on what exactly is lifestyle medicine. Dr. Shafeek, welcome to the show. I hope you can hear us.
Yes, we can hear you well.
Okay, brilliant. So, we're talking about lifestyle medicine, and lifestyle medicine is, of course, something that's actually taken over the world right now. How does it differ from traditional medicine, Dr. Shafeek?
Yes, now most of us know, we practice traditional medicine and other forms of medicine, like you have this Ayurvedic, functional medicine, homeopathic medicine, then there's something called alternative medicine, So, but then lifestyle is a new field which is only few years old, and it's growing in popularity all over the world, especially in the Western world, right? So, it's basically a type of a preventive medicine where basically you treat the root cause. So, you find the root cause and then treat the root cause so that there is now in conventional medicine, basically you treat with medication as well as surgeries, whereas in lifestyle medicine, basically you identify the root cause and treat the root cause with lifestyle changes, right? So that is the core differences between the normal conventional medicine and the lifestyle medicine. And lifestyle medicine, we cover 6 pillars in lifestyle medicine. We basically talk about the 6 pillars of lifestyle medicine in practicing lifestyle medicine. So that is the number 1 is diet. Then the number 2 is the exercise or movements. Number 3 is mental wellness. Then connectedness with people, sleep, as well as substance abuse, and then positive connection with people. So this is basically the core of lifestyle medicine, and that is basically treating the root cause. Yeah.
So doctor, can you actually give us a few examples of how, like, for example, like small changes. Now the 3 of us, obviously, right? 3 of us lead 3 different lifestyles, right? But in terms of us trying to be healthy, consider the fact that almost everybody is actually leading a very busy lifestyle at the moment, right? What are the small changes in daily habits, for example, if you can give us certain areas that can actually impact our health in the long run?
Yes, so basically all of us have a very busy schedule. So therefore we are, what happens is that what I have found is over years of practice that people are not worried about how to prevent falling sick or how to prevent from getting into problems. So always we bank upon the doctors, like you go with the life with so much of stressors, not worried about the diet, sedentary lifestyle, and then finally we get into problems and then we seek help. So what lifestyle medicine teaches is that you don't go there. Basically, you think 2 steps ahead and don't go into that stage of getting into problems. So that's why lifestyle medicine basically covers these 6 pillars, very important pillars, like how to change people's lifestyle with a proper diet, right? So basically in world, we promote more of a plant-based nutrition, right? Which is healthy plant-based nutrition. And number 2 is that is the diet part. Then the exercise, like what kind of exercise each one. You can custom make exercises for someone's needs, like the time, some people have more time to do exercises, some people have less time, especially in your working environment where you have your working hours are too much, and then how do you incorporate exercise into your working place, like. So you have so many things to be done, and lifestyle medicine has shown the avenues to do all these things, right? Then the third pillar is like stressors. Now that is a major thing. Like everybody goes through stressors, right? So nobody can tell that we are not stressed. So starting from medical profession into any profession you go, everybody is stressed, right? So how do you come out of the stress, and how do you beat the stress, and how do you relieve from the stress? There are so many techniques of how to keep away from stress, right? So this is another aspect. Then the other aspect is sleep, which we don't even talk about, right? Actually, we have so much of evidence based, like showing that sleep is such an important element or important pillar in our life. So basically, we can have all other parameters perfected, but sleep is not there. So most of us don't get the right sleep, and then sleep is such a complicated thing, like that we actually made it so we think it's very easy to go, and nobody is bothered about sleep at all, like. So but sleep contributes to so many illnesses and so many conditions. Actually, people who are perfect in other things and not having sleep had gone into serious problems, and then like. So there are so much of evidence based on sleep, which we can talk hours and hours about sleep and how it impacts human life, right? So the other thing is connectedness, positive connectivity with people, the other pillar, right? So how are we positively connected with people, like how happy we are with family and friends, how much time we spend with family and friends where it gives us happiness, right? So that also impacts our life. Like actually the research have found, evidence based have found that longevity, like for how long you live, depends on the positive connections with people, right? That can be a major pillar in to predict how many years you're going to live a happy life and a positive life, right? Then the other thing is substance abuse, mainly it covers like smoking and alcohol, but then any other substance abuse also, how it impacts life, and how do you come, I mean, like, get away from that, like de-addictions, and how do you like mentally prepare people and come out of these bad habits. So this is also one of the pillars, right? And then how it all combine, how it impacts people's life, and then how it changes life and puts people life into problems, is all what we talk is purely evidence based, right? Everything is research oriented, everything is evidence based, and we go into, in lifestyle medicine is the only field where you straight away go into root cause. Now if you take diabetes for an example, now diabetes is a disease where it's purely starts with an insulin resistance and goes on to the other complicated, like there are so many mechanisms which works on, but the primary thing is insulin resistance, which is also can be reversed. Some of these initial stages can be reversed when you find where is the root cause, right? And protected either from getting into a full form of diabetes, or people who have got diabetes can be brought back to remission if you change your lifestyle. So these are also evidence based. So now what are we talking about? All these diseases like hypertension, the cholesterol, high cholesterol, blood, diabetes, cancers, chronic lung diseases, all these things are now recognized as lifestyle diseases. So therefore, we can take control of ourselves. Our body should be taken control by ourselves in order to sort of prevent us from falling sick, right? So now there's another difference between conventional and the lifestyle is that in conventional medicine, the doctor is the prime. Now see, like you depend everything on the medical professional, whereas in lifestyle medicine, the patient takes over control of his body. So that liberty is given, so that doctor will be only like a coach or a wellness, just to provide some information and just to help you around. So these are few
doctor,
things.
Now, if we are basically be talking more in detail with lifestyle medicine, which I'm sure that we are planning on to, I'd like to actually also speak to Praveen, who's on the show with us. Praveen, of course, is the country manager of Mega Life Sciences. Praveen, now in terms of lifestyle medicine, obviously you've actually set up Mega Life in Sri Lanka. What was the main reason for you to actually set up something like this in terms of concentrating on lifestyle medicine when traditional medicine is all over, but focusing on lifestyle medicine? What made you set up something like this in Sri Lanka?
Oh yeah, hi. Thanks for this opportunity. Mega, actually, our philosophy is to spread human wellness, and that is to help people stay healthy as long as they live. And I think we have an operation spread across the continents of Australia, Asia, Africa, and South America. So we cover virtually 33 countries, and in all these countries, our mission and aim and philosophy is to spread human wellness and help people stay healthy as long as they live. Now, what happens, for example, you take Sri Lanka itself. At the time of independence, our life expectancy was around 55. And today it's actually gone up to 75, which is a good sign. But unfortunately, what's happened is, in spite of all the innovations and the developments we have in the medical and scientific arenas, and we've seen that people actually live with more pills and more ills. Although in spite of an increase in life expectancy by 20 years, still I think people cannot live independently on their own, and invariably people land up in the last few days they land up in the hospital, and which is actually not a good sign. So Mega actually believes that we should not allow people to get to that stage. So this wellness PK concept is also an idea where we want to prevent and reverse diseases and illness and help people stay healthy as long as they live on their own independent will, without the support or the aid of anybody else, and only with the right pills at the right time. So that's the other reason that we are also partnering with and also talking about lifestyle medicines, because I think, as far as possible, most of the chronic ailments that you actually see today, whether it is diabetes or hypertension or cancer, is in a way, lifestyle related. So genetics or genes only play a very, very small percentage of the whole problem. And like Dr. Shafeek just said, a lot of things can actually be prevented if people stick to proper lifestyle, which also includes diet, exercise. So, just to give you the World Health Organization, WHO's definition of health, which is today not just the absence of disease, but it's about social, physical, and mental well-being. So in that context, I think holistically we want to also promote good habits, good lifestyle, good behaviors, and eventually, if people require medicines and supplements and support to strengthen their own health, then why not? They should. So that shouldn't probably be the first thing people should do. They start popping pills, but I think the first step should always be lifestyle modifications, probably sticking to good dietary habits, and then in the end, eventually try and maybe, if necessary, take the help of medicines.
Okay, so what did catch my attention was the diet part of it, right? So most of us, as you very rightly said, lead a very unhealthy lifestyle, even though as much as we want, in our minds we want to be healthy, but actually we're not. So for a person who actually eats meat quite often, for example, you said there was a plant-based diet that you all kind of encourage, right? So for a person who actually eats meat more, how do you all transition that patient from that to the plant diet?
You have a living example just beside.
See, it's basically what happens is that you need. That's why in lifestyle medicine is basically how do you do it's a holistic approach. Now, not only the physician is involved, the whole team is involved. Like you have a psychologist, a psychiatrist, then you have a exercise physician, then you will have like physiotherapist, right? And whole team, right, involved. So it's a holistic approach. Now, if someone needs, you need, obviously, now I can't ask overnight to change. So it has to be a step by step approach. Now, how do you step by approach is that some people, when you convince, you can convince them to change into one pattern into another diet pattern. But there are other people that way you can't change them overnight. So therefore, you need to have some motivational interviewing, motivational techniques involved. So that's why the psychologist or a psychiatrist comes into play and then motivates this person, convince this person, and then there are a lot of motivating like techniques and protocols to how to change someone's lifestyle pattern. So these are, we can bank on that. Otherwise, you need a lot of self motivation on your part. How do you change? You learn about the diet and how it can impact your life, and then accordingly you can change. The prime example is me now. I have changed from meat eating to completely plant-based nutrition just over 3 days.
No. We
were just waiting for him to give a question, because it's a very interesting question to ask you.
He has a very interesting question. Chrys, what was the question?
No, first of all, I actually went to doctor's hospital one day.
Right.
I can't remember why I went.
That's a really bad idea.
I remember it was something related to. So I went and spoke to this young doctor there.
Right.
And he gave me the solution and he didn't charge me.
Okay.
It was
and
such a
the solution?
No, I can't remember. This was a long time. This was a long time ago. Now, when you mentioned the place, I remembered. Was it Dr. Shafeek? I think I have his number also, right?
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, but
what's
anyway,
your question?
Anyway, my question is now for people who are used to substance, this is a problem that, that we have discussed for millenniums. But, they would have tried all the gimmicks under the sun to stay away from substance abuse, how can you convince that your method is workable for the people who are watching the show, right? That there is hope, that someone should come to you and consult your way of getting away from the substance abuse.
Yes. Now, substance abuse, it depends on what substance you are taking, and then how you need to go into details of the substance, right? And for how long you have been, overdoing that, or like whether it's within the parameters like safe parameters or toxic parameters, and so many things are there to look into. And once you identify what is the substance you are abusing, and whether it's actually into abuse or whether it is, there are so many categories, right? So once you identify that, you have to one, you can convince them. Now, there are some people who you can't break them, like especially a smoker who has been a chronic smoker, right, and is a chain smoker, to stop. Now, there are a lot of things to look at. One is that, okay, you can convince, you can tell that, okay, this is a dead end, you take this and you are destroying all those things. But then once he suddenly stops also, you have something called a withdrawal symptoms, right? So how do you combat withdrawal symptoms? So basically, again, it's a holistic approach. It's a doable holistic approach where you need a psychologist, a psychiatrist, psychologist, as well as a physician who knows about all the medical conditions, medical things which happens with the substance abuse. These are things one by one you need to start talking to the patient and then motivating him. Plus, by behavioral method, plus there are medications also, right? There are medications to club. So the most effective way, evidence shows that the most effective way of coming out of substance abuse is, one is this motivational interviewing, motivational technique, convincing people, positive psychology, talking about the harmful effects of the things, plus you club together with the medications also, so that you don't get the withdrawal symptoms and the bad effect of stopping abruptly or over time. So it's a continuous process. And then number two, it's a very step-by approach. So if you do it in a step-by way, it is possible.
Doctor, just one final question before we let you go. Are there any myths or misconception about lifestyle medicine that you would, both of you would like to actually clear up today?
See, there is no myths. Basically, what happens is that people, the acceptance of people, what happens is that we are traditionally for years and years and decades, basically what happens is that we are used to medicines. For every ailment, for every problem, we think that medicine is the solution, right? We don't, so that we are pretty used to that, right? So that even a common cold or a serious illness, what we do is that, oh, there is medication, so let's go, either medicine or a surgery. Whereas, now what I'm trying to say is that there is no end to medications. Now, even if you take a diabetes, what are we doing in diabetic patients? We basically give medicines and patch you up, right? Basically, we control your blood sugar, but where is the root cause treatment, right? We are not completely curing you, basically, right? There is no cure. So the cure and remission and basically getting control very well is through your lifestyle changes. So it's a clear cut approach. Like, if you want to keep away from, one is that long-term illnesses, as well as prevent you from getting into that long-term illnesses, or it's called non-communicable diseases, is to change your lifestyle, right? Which includes all the 6 pillars. If you really follow the 6 pillars and go on and include to have a very positive, happy life, you can reverse most of the diseases, including cancer, because there are so much of evidence based how genes play a part. Like Praveen was telling about epigenetics, right? We actually modify our own genes, right, by getting exposed to toxins and eating bad diet and not sleeping in the nights. These are all stimulates your hidden bad genes, right? So those are the things which puts you into in danger, into cancers and so many deadly diseases, like untreatable deadly autoimmune diseases, autoimmune conditions, right? So many things can be spoken about when you talk about diet, individual pillars, right? So it's a clear cut, basically. There is only thing is the acceptance. We need to make people to accept, okay, there is this avenue where you change your lifestyle and protect yourself from falling into trouble.
So I think Doctor, this is something that we really need to sort of go into a lot of detail, which I'm sure we will. But just one final question before we let you go, Praveen. What Dr. Shafeek said is, of course, the acceptance of lifestyle medicine, and we have pretty much accepted the fact that there is medicine for any little thing that we encounter. And I suppose the reason being is because we actually need something done and cured pretty fast. Now, with lifestyle medicine, it's a process. Do people actually have the time to be cured slowly, or do they actually go to a doctor and make sure that they're cured overnight? Is something that people, I suppose, need to sort of comprehend with lifestyle medicine.
Yeah, I guess, it depends on at what stage of the disease you are. But I'm sure prevention is better than cure. So I think the first step is always to prevent. And I think, yes, with all the advancement in medicine, sometimes we've forgotten the fundamentals. So if you look, way back in 354 BC, the father of medicine, food is thy food. So, how often do we give importance to eating a balanced diet and the right proportion? So sometimes we have actually, forgotten the basics and moved on, and then, and like you said, we are binging on stuff like, let's say, fast food and stuff like that, which can actually contribute to your health problems. So if you reverse back and just reflect and see that, okay, yeah, if you're causing more harm to yourself, then it's time to stop, reflect, and probably take a positive step forward. So I guess that's where lifestyle medicine, I personally feel lifestyle medicine hasn't still got that recognition what it should actually get. But I think that should be the first go-to solution before you really venture into more complicated solutions. Right? And yes, it's a slow and a gradual process, far better than getting an overnight abrupt solution, but where it may not be a lasting one. It could.
I think unfortunately that's exactly what most of us have over years have actually got used to. But like we spoke about this, Dr. Shafeek, this is something that we need to get into in detail later on. There's so much that we can actually talk about. But firstly, we'd like to thank you for both coming on the show, introducing lifestyle medicine to everybody out there. And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there who will have a lot of questions. which we will definitely make sure that we will answer as we move along. So thank you very much, Dr. Shafeek, for being a part of the show, and also a big thank you also to Praveen, who is the country manager of Mega Life Sciences on the show. Thank you very much, gentlemen, for being a part of the show.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to having us.
Thank you so much. So there you go. Lifestyle medicine. Huh? It's something that's actually picking up around the world. And I suppose, like Dr. Shafeek and of course Praveen were talking about, it's a case of what we go through today is real patch up, isn't it? I mean, when something's wrong with us, that we feel something wrong, it's a patch up.
Instead, they find the root.
Exactly. So what they're saying is, find the root of the cause, so you don't have to constantly keep patching up over and over again.
Right.
And it's a lifestyle change.
And it's a lifestyle
Which makes
change.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense. You don't wait till it happens.
And the thing is, the other issue also is the fact that everybody says that you need a lifestyle change. Things have to change around you. You have to, your eating habits have to be different. But it's not based only on those things also, because at the end of the day, your environment changes also. Stress, everything. So and
sleep.
Exactly. And there's a common knowledge, especially of course, it's a common knowledge that you actually do heal faster when you are not necessarily in the hospital. Even if you are being admitted to the hospital for certain things, which clearly you have to be, but the chances of you healing faster is better, because especially if you're in an environment, like for example at home, in a comfortable environment, the whole healing process obviously is faster. So those are all lifestyle changes if you're actually looking at it.
Absolutely, yeah. There you go. All that matters.
All that matters. Anyway, so we have lots that we're going to be talking about with Dr. Shafeek as we move along. In the meantime, it's time for us to actually get into Lanka last week, find out all the big stories that we thought were big that actually took place in Sri Lanka in the last week. Okay, Lanka last week, big stories in Sri Lanka. New move from governments to stop ragging in universities. This story, right, is really, really serious. This is some really serious stuff that's actually going on now.
There's another story going, a confession of one of the doctors. No, he was telling how he was ragged and how humiliated didn't you see that on social media?
I didn't see that.
Oh my goodness.
He got humiliated and became a doctor.
No, he says the entire process. What
it's
they
not
do.
easy. People are scarred for life.
Very. I mean, that's shocking.
I mean, can I look? I don't. Did you go to a local uni?
No,
Andy.
Well, yes, but I was external student, no?
External student, right. But what's the real reason for ragging in universities?
I don't.
Because they don't want to get over it.
What do you mean they don't want to get over
what?
Because it happened to you from the seniors. We want you to do
tradition. Is it? Tradition, probably.
I did it to you, so you do it to the juniors.
What's the reason though? I mean, that's what I want to know. What's the reason? Why do you want to humiliate freshers? Right? Why do you want to basically make their life miserable? Right? At the end of the day, they have been selected to come to this particular university. Right? What's the problem? Why? At the end of the day, you are still representing the university. Just like you're going to school, you're representing the school. But why would you want to basically put them through so much harassment?
Probably the ones who are doing it are incompetent.
Here, put this in your mouth. Put it in your mouth and bite it.
There's no better word to say. I mean,
white smoke came. Being a good Catholic. No, but I suppose it is also tradition. That is why even in schools, the seniors will bully the juniors. I think that is. I mean, bullying even happens at office, right? Even in corporate lifestyles, and you don't really. It's quite subtle, but it's there, right? So I suppose it comes out of tradition. Where I don't know. I really don't know. Well. Clearly not many people have bullied me, but
How many people have you bullied?
No. I'm a white smoke kind of girl.
I think the fact remains is Shaq. It's just that some people move on.
Right.
Some people don't. it will haunt you like a nightmare.
No, look, the thing is
this. The
This
trauma that they go through.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's not easy.
Yeah. It's not easy, definitely not easy.
I mean, I've actually spoken to a few who've actually been to universities,
Yeah.
but sadly, I have not, well, thankfully, I shouldn't say sadly, I haven't really come across anybody who's actually been,
to this level.
Like scarred?
Yes, scarred to this level.
Or
right?
perhaps they don't tell you. Shaq.
Maybe they don't.
They don't. How can you tell?
I just want to know what is the reason for you to bully someone in the university. Why would you want to do that?
I think the best thing is to ask our audience. We have to know.
Yeah, I mean, look, and the thing is this. This has been going on for the longest time. For decades. And when unfortunate incidents like this actually come out in the media is when it's been brought out, right? It's like a well-known secret. Everybody knows it happens. And today also the fact that, parents, right? Parents of children are thinking twice about sending their kids to universities because of a situation like this. But you also have to understand, we have some of the best universities in Sri Lanka. We have some of the best world-recognized universities in Sri Lanka. And for parents to think twice of sending their children to university, irrespective of knowing it's one of the best in the world, right? It's not easy because clearly they need to safeguard their kids, right? And why do you want to bully somebody in a university? So I just really want to know what's the reason. What makes you do that?
Really, clearly, two of us don't have answers. We really don't.
We don't. I mean, is it some sort of like dominance?
Probably, just to show that you're the dominant species, the higher batch.
Right, the seniors.
The seniors.
You do whatever we want.
Yeah. Would it continue after that?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
It's just one-off thing where
we don't know, right?
Yeah.
We actually don't know.
I suppose maybe if you do not give in to the bullying, it continues.
It continues, yeah.
It becomes
That's
worse
right.
on a day in, day out. But if you...
Until you break, so to speak.
Until you break, so to speak, And I remember
But Shaq, if you really analyze the situation, this has been happening for generations, no?
Yeah.
Okay? So, in the past, there was no social media, people didn't come out with this, they never spoke about it, there were no cases going on, right? There were no suicides happening, right?
We don't know.
Happened but not known about.
Perhaps, So in a sense, it would have been like, you get over with this, right? You're an adult, get over with it, move on with life.
Right.
Right? That is what would have happened all these years.
Yeah.
But now we are creating the kids that we see in university now and back in the day are totally different.
Of course.
The cultures have changed. Right? You see not university students, you see now in Kotahena, there was this girl who jumped off.
Unfortunately,
right? Unfortunately, this is because probably this modern society doesn't teach kids to cope up with things. They just take the most rational decision and they come to conclusions. They don't have people to talk to. They don't have teachers to go and talk to, right? I mean, back in the day, the teachers were so close to the kids. If you had a problem, the teacher could sense that there's something wrong with you,
right? And
the teacher would come, son, something is bothering you. What's going on, right? But it doesn't happen now. Kids are isolated. They don't have people to talk to, right, when they have a problem. So they take the worst case scenario, unfortunately, right? So perhaps kids who are strong, who are able to face this would move on, right? But unfortunately, the kids who are traumatized, right, would live with this horror.
Yeah.
Would live this horror. Even after they graduate, after their marriages, everything, they will be still living in that horror.
Yeah.
Right? And somewhere down the line, I don't know. I don't know where we need to fix.
I just don't know because I seriously don't understand so what the real reason is in terms of basically this whole ragging incident that happens in universities. What's the reason behind these ragging incidents, and what is the rationale behind ragging freshers by the seniors? Because they're representing your university, right? They're representing your university at the end of the day, and it's your university that sort of basically gets all these headlines. Now, you were talking about the other incident is the fact that, you know, this has been happening for decades, right? And those days, it wasn't brought out to the media so much because there was media stations. Not every single media station can be answering a call of certain things all the time. But now, every single person who actually has a social media account is their own media station.
Or
That
they
is
call
one
it
of the reasons.
mobile journalism. All you just need is a mobile. And that's about it.
That's about it. That's exactly what's happening. And if not, these incidents really wouldn't actually be brought out so much. But I'm just still, you know, I'm shocked as to why nothing's actually been done about
But
it.
now apparently they are going to take some regulations. Let's see how that goes.
I mean,
Now, according to the latest news, Shaq, this Kotahena incident, this little girl, she had actually been under medication.
right.
Right? She has been meeting psychiatrists. Right? But still, it didn't help.
But you need to also be with psychiatrists or go for therapy where they give you the opportunity and the tools to handle certain stressors in your life. That we sometimes fail, unfortunately. There are people in this country who I know personally go for therapy for years and they still cannot handle certain stressors in their life. You need to have that set of tools. It doesn't come overnight. Because I read somewhere where things like depression and anxiety is like a dark cloud over your head.
Of course.
So just imagine carrying that weight day in and day out.
Yeah.
And if you don't have the proper tools to navigate around that. So those are very serious things.
Although in Sri Lanka it's still not, being a psychiatric is a big business.
Yeah.
Is a big business though, because all around the world people are looking for this kind of professionals.
Yeah.
Because everybody is going cuckoo. Simple as that.
That is a better,
a bit harsh there.
a better word.
Yes, that's
People
a
are
bit-
going through certain. What's happening to our show today? Why smoke?
He was so empathetic.
Yeah, and then
He was so empathetic.
Everybody's just going cuckoo.
Because everybody's going cuckoo.
Aren't we?
No, we're not.
They're not going cuckoo.
No, we're not.
Eat
No,
a
we're
vegetable.
not. No, we're not.
White smoke. All started with the white smoke.
Right. Anyway,
All
that's
right.
the story. So honestly, come to think of it, in terms of the university raggings that are going on right now, right? It's just not right. It really isn't right. It's just it's an innocent life that you're actually playing with at the end of the day. I honestly don't know the pleasure that you actually do get by doing this. You're really basically bringing Sri Lankan universities that have actually made headlines all over the world because of their standard into something of this nature is ridiculous. I mean, there are so many other things that make the headlines in Sri Lanka. This is certainly shouldn't be one of those.
And these kids are the creme de la creme, no?
Yeah, no,
Right?
that's
It's a waste for one life like this. I mean, the parents spend their entire life educating these kids.
Yeah.
And what a shame. The accusees and the accusers, everybody is in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Everybody is in trouble. Every parent hurts.
not the way to go about it.
Not the
Anyway.
way to go about it all. Next one.
Let's move on. Don't self-medicate Christian for mosquito-borne illnesses, warns
Self-medicate.
experts.
අර පෙත්ත ගන්න එපා.
පෙත්ත ගන්න මදුරුවන්ට නෙමෙයි.
අපි දන්නවා මොකටද ගන්න කියලා.
Generally talking. Generally talking.
කිසිම
generally
පෙත්තක්
talking.
ගන්න එපා.
කිසිම පෙත්තක් ගන්න එපා දන්නේ නැත්තම්.
Yeah. I'm a guy who wouldn't even take a set of paracetamol for headaches.
හරි very good. Put some
I'm that scared of medicine.
Put some bar.
Really? Why is
Mama
that?
born. I don't want to put unwanted things into my body.
But it's wanted, no? How can it say unwanted?
Yeah, no, I mean, that means some people for the slightest hemorrhage also take, no?
Are you trying to fight it? You don't put bar.
එලියෙන් ගානේව ගන්නවා. ඔව් නහයට පොඩ්ඩක් ගා ගන්නවා පොඩ්ඩක් එහෙම කරගන්න ඒවා කරනවා.
So basically
අතුලේ දාගන්නේ.
නාඩ ගාවන ඒවා හරි ඒවා මේ headache එකට නෙවෙයි ඒක headache what you call the start of all headaches is that.
නහයට කොහොමද ගහන්නේ? මෙහෙමද?
නෑ පොඩ්ඩක් මෙහෙම
Okay, don't tell me about your නහයට ගහන ඒවා. Actually what happened to that? You got rid of it?
sniffer anymore no.
I'm not a sniffer anymore. I'm not a sniffer anymore.
You quit.
No, I don't do lines anymore.
All right, moving on. Please don't medicate when you are having sicknesses induced by mosquitoes.
No,
please go doctor.
See, the other reason is because it's very difficult to actually now distinguish between dengue and chikungunya.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it seems like what we hear.
Symptoms are different.
No. What the problem here is the fact that it's the same damn mosquito.
එකම මනුස්සද?
It's 1 in 1.
I don't know what it's 1 in 1.
Or Q1. But go on eh. Mama tablet?
And you doesn't.
So I said no. I was like, wait, what? I didn't say yes.
It's 1 in 1. That's 5 years ago.
So Maduro ekai.
Yeah, and look, the best thing is this, right? The best thing is this. Make sure you close the doors at dusk.
Yeah,
right?
and be friendly with all the female mosquitoes because they are the ones who bite you all.
They are the ones. Be friendly with all the females because they are the ones who bite you. Full stop. It doesn't matter mosquitoes or not.
Terrible,
right?
no?
Now I don't bite the two of you all, no?
Not on the show. Not on the show.
Don't show the marks, huh?
Every other minute.
People don't know when the camera goes off. What happens here? We run for dear life.
No.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ragging
So
death
we
probe,
spoke about
10
that.
students arrested so far, which of course is something that we spoke about earlier on. Okay, what else do we actually have on the show? Sri Lanka sees 17% rise in April tourist arrivals,
super.
which is great. I think this is happening on a constant basis, which is also very good. But one of the things also that's been highlighted is unfortunately that some of the tourists are being harassed by locals.
Yes, I saw that video.
Yeah.
Got into a bus, right?
Yes.
And was harassing her. There was a video gone on
harassing her,
Facebook, I think, if I saw it.
Now, for those guys only, we should send them to the university.
And get them ragged.
Get them ragged. Get the fellows ragged. Hell freezes over.
Yeah. So
But I saw one foreigner, I mean, he really ragged her quite well. Sitting next to her, bugged her in that bus and all. She's like saying, no, you move, you move.
I mean, that will be a solution for university ragging also. Get all these people, send the fellows for 1 week. Boys, do whatever you all want with this. Send them out. Finish.
There saw the tikiri bole solutions and we come out with.
මට දෙන්න අධ්‍යාපන අමාත්‍යාංශය.
හොඳට දියේ.
All right, next one on the show. Sri Lanka women stunned India with record chase in Colombo. That was a big story just a couple of days ago. Sri Lanka, India and South Africa ladies cricket team are playing right now a tri-series in Sri Lanka, in Colombo at the moment. And India and Sri Lanka have qualified for the finals.
Wow.
So that's going to basically happen, I think, on Saturday over the weekend.
Raga match on Saturday.
And the All Blacks 85 under 85 kilos.
I'm gonna watch.
You're gonna
you bought tickets?
I got tickets.
And I don't know how true this is, but of course the knockouts are also on. The school knockouts are also on. And the crunch match for this weekend is Royal versus Isipatana. It's a semi-final of the knockouts. And I don't know how true this is, but they are planning on actually playing the Royal versus Isipatana match before the Sri Lanka New Zealand match.
That would be great.
Okay, we need to go there early.
That would be great.
We need to go early.
That's why, and that's like marketing 101 if that's happened. Because
so now you are going to watch international Thunder Thighs, no?
So I fly to Dubai to watch. Now they came to me.
Oh, I see.
I don't know how true.
මෙයා ටිකට් පොලිමේ ඉස්සරහම ඉන්න තියෙනයි.
That's the story that I heard. So I'm not too sure.
Sorry.
It's the
under 85 kilos.
They are the small blacks.
Small blacks.
Okay.
Under 85 kilos.
They are the small blacks.
They are blacks.
No,
not small blacks.
They are white, small blacks.
White, small blacks. Oh, very racist. That went very south very fast.
And is going to watch All Blacks
No, just imagine this, boys. There's a drizzle of rain. The boys are on that field, running behind one ball in the mud with those thunder thighs. Imagine that, your cricketers running behind one tiny ball. What are you doing? That is what I'm going to see on Saturday. Hello.
Entire team running behind one tiny ball.
No, one long ball.
No, I mean cricket.
Cricket is one ball.
How long is that?
Wait, rugby ball is not like this. Very bad.
Rugby ball is not like this.
Harry, it's bigger. It's bigger.
That is like a patola karla.
Ek alu ball ek gatta. Match ekata.
What are you going to watch? What are you?
The rugby ball.
Andy.
All right. Anyway, I'll send you pictures.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So now you're hoping and praying that it will rain.
You have to have that slight drizzle, that glistening skin. Eva
එතකොට
තියෙනවා.
නිකන් දීරෙන් දරුණා.
අනේ කවන්නේ. එලෙන්න හොඳ පැති වලට ලස්සන කකුල්.
නානලින්දේ දීරෙන් දැගියනවා. අපෝ ඇන්ඩි.
අයියෝ. Yeah, give me let me have my moment.
You're going haywire.
Please don't air this episode. I'm just thinking no need.
There's a lot of stuff on this episode we can't air.
My God, yes, please.
But we will.
No.
Okay, moving on.
All right, next one. What do we have? 2025 local government election. NPP has emerged as a leading party.
No.
In 266 councils, surpassing
very good.
the 231 councils led by SLPP in 2018.
Very good.
So that's where we are as far as the local council elections are concerned.
Right.
Next one. Booze banned for 3 days for this Vesak, according to the excise department.
Vesak is Monday, Tuesday?
Yes, this
Monday,
this
Tuesday.
weekend. This
Yeah.
weekend.
Monday, Tuesday.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yes.
ඒක group එකේ දැම්ම ගමන් මම අපේ batch එකේ උන්ට යවුවා.
Stock කරලා තියාගන්න.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, the thing is this. I'm sure Saturday and Sunday. No, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Oh, is it Monday, Tuesday?
No, so the 3 days have been
3 days.
closed.
Okay.
Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Because Monday,
Right.
Tuesday is Vesak.
I heard they're going to have something big in Nuwara,
Nuwara,
right?
because the Vesak Kalapa is in Nuwara this
Vesak-
time.
And everybody's going to Nuwara.
Really?
Yeah.
Like people I talk to, they're like,
It will be
no,
chocolate-
last week I went Nuwara. I'm like, just randomly that. I mean, it's not a place you would
How is the
say
weather in Nuwara?
randomly
It must be
going.
raining, no?
Must
but
be raining.
but must be nice climate, right? Because people are going to Nuwara earlier. I also want to go and see the Vacha Kalapa in Nuwara.
The Vesak Kalapa
yeah.
in Nuwara.
There you go. Yeah. Loria Karagan. Dima Batta.
Anyway, there's like a massive traffic jam in the Vesak Kalapa is in Colombo.
What's that stretch? Gangarama stretch.
Gangarama stretch, yeah. And
Navamas.
I know they're putting up a pandal right opposite the presidential secretariat.
There's one huge one.
No, I mean, now Pitakotu one, I know it's coming because I got to know that they are
Pitakotu.
Pitakotu one is it's like a tradition, no?
Tradition, right?
Demmatakoda, Pitakotu.
Then Totalanga Navaloka, have you all seen?
No.
The
Demmatakoda is there.
Definitely.
I know, I have.
Totalanga is always there.
Yeah, but then this now of course Puak ini ගහන්නේ නැහැ නේ යකඩවල ඉන්න structure එක හදන්නේ. So it will take a couple of days. But even couple of days they should start now.
They have been starting.
You saw them. Okay.
The Thalavatugoda one is up and running for about a week now.
I remember Totalanga.
Oh really? Very early.
Very early. They're very efficient.
Totalanga.
I didn't know what it
Did
was.
they go for the Hong Kong day?
Yeah, for them, Lord Buddha was born the 5th.
Have you ever gone to Marakalinda?
That's the one with the bike, no?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
No, you haven't gone.
What to do with that?
Oh,
Nothing to do,
the thing is moving. Brum, Gala.
Where are you?
And so many.
You're
I was
standing on
not
top?
riding. When I was really small, my father used to take us. Totalanga තියනවානේ.
You're supposed to ride it.
Totalanga තියනවා මාරකලින්දක් every year. Yeah.
අයියෝ එපානේ.
Hey,
Daredevils.
What is that called?
ඒක මෙහෙම යන්නත්
The well of death. So what is that?
I don't know.
Well of
death or well of doom is definitely where you want to go on Vesak day. Oh, for sure. Sure.
Let's move on. Are we done?
Oh no.
I know.
The most fun part of the show.
I am not losing. Today you lose.
That day Hanuri also lost.
What a very difficult.
We didn't tell about the rattlesnake joke.
Rattlesnake? Oh, good one.
This is a rattlesnake joke.
Okay,
right? So now I have basically sent the details to Venuki. Right? Venuki takes care of all our social media coordination and he gets coordination.
Venuki say hi.
Right? And coordination and so on and so forth. Right? So I remember a few days ago, all I did was I sent the name. His name is Dhananjay, right? Rattlesnake, and the telephone number. And I said, when if you get in touch with him, he's our guest for this week. So everything is okay, no problem, under control. And then obviously she is the one who makes a post also, right? Suppose I guess the pictures on it. So she sends me a message on the Thursday. And she said there are going to be 2 guests on the show. I said, yeah, there are going to be 2 guests on the show. So should I put 2 pictures? I said, no, you don't need to put 2 pictures. Ask for the band logo. And then she replies and she goes, wait, Rattlesnake is a band? I said, yeah.
So she thought.
What did you think it was? So I said, you thought they were snake charmers?
She thought. Yeah. She thought we are doing snake charmers.
Oh
my God. It's a fair point. This child is small. It's a fair point also, but snake child.
Yeah, but the thing is, but thankfully, usually what she also does is she speaks to the guests and she lets them know what type of questions that we will most probably be asking. So she had already planned that. She said, no, they will ask a general question about snakes.
Anti-venom.
Anti-venom. And she's like, oh my God, thank God I didn't speak.
Tilak would have been like, what snake?
God,
that's a Gen Z for you, right? Talking about rattlesnakes.
So true of a fair point also from her side. But
how could she know? And
then she saw two people talking about a band. Really?
I can't know, Baba.
She's like, what? Wait, Rattlesnake is a band?
Then to add it on, Ahmad is googling Rattlesnake.
Have you heard of a band called Scorpions?
Yes.
No, I'm asking her. No.
They are not scorpion charmers.
They are not scorpion charmers.
Yeah, Scorpions.
All right.
Scorpions, of course. Yeah.
Quite. I mean,
one of the most popular songs.
But Rattlesnakes, there is also an international band. No?
Yes,
so when Hamad googled Rattlesnakes, it was that band.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, wow. That definitely not. Put another song. That's that our one. It has to be localized also. No, that Rattlesnake didn't sound localized a bit. So it was.
Anyway, we're back to game night.
Yes, game night. You have to lose.
6 questions. No, it's a lot of 5 questions. No, is it? Always 6 questions.
Always 6. Okay.
Okay, ABCD. Right.
What about you all?
Sorry.
Okay, then I would answer.
There will be 6 questions shown on the screen.
Right, thank you very much.
That's all. It's alright. Now, hurry.
I can't read that fast.
Question number 1. In what year did
1991.
the Berlin Wall fall?
85.
1989.
85.
C.
85. I said 85. 85. First, so 85.
C.
85.
Amma's
Andy
Mummy gonna got ekak.
1980 on the subject of Scorpions, right? That was the song.
That was the song.
Oh, really?
Change.
Winds of Change, yes.
Winds of Change was for the fall of the Berlin Wall.
Yeah, see?
Next one. What do we have?
Okay.
What is 25% of 200? Okay.
B.
10% no.
Wait, 25% to 257. D.
B.
I said B first.
B.
I said first.
You said D.
I said B.
I said B.
Sorry, what did rewind kar hum? B. B. So
1-1. Put in 1-1. 1-1 or you get 1.
1-1.
Yeah, you said B.
Yeah, ready.
Okay.
Frozen.
B. Encanto.
C. Frozen.
We don't talk about Bruno.
Encanto. I haven't seen that. What?
1-1.
I actually haven't seen that one. No, I don't know.
Mama tahala hotna income. What is that?
Okay, which is the following?
A.
C.
B.
Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride. Salt.
Hurry, think.
NaCl.
So you may know science. I am a commerce student. Commerce. Make a mama here. Who is making these questions? Sack that person.
Salt. Sodium chloride. Salt.
Oh, science. Hurry. Mama commerce now make. Oh, I want to
He was ragging.
I was in university.
Madan?
Commerce.
Okay. Commerce.
Next one. What game does Jack play to win his ticket?
Poker. C.
I did D.
I did C. I said C. Poker. I
So I am 2, Christian is 2.
1.
You are 1.
I want to. Don't answer the next question. I want to. It should be a tie.
I jump, you jump.
Please.
Okay.
Please. Mala.
ID University is symbol.
B.
Australia.
I don't know.
No, this is Hogwarts.
Hogwarts.
For once.
This. No. This episode. This particular episode needs to be aired like this one because it has never. It took us 37 episodes to get to.
For a female to win.
No. For us to be tie.
Not win. No, tie.
Two. Abhi devrat chakkar.
Okay, so each one, there are 3 sentences, each one does one since nobody...
Oh, okay, what's the punishment?
Okay.
The punishment
But
is...
I don't want to get punished. I've been punished for 37.
Say these random sentences in your most sexiest and intense voice.
Now again, for the 100th time, I don't do sexy men. Nobody should listen in this game.
You're only arrogant.
Okay.
Violent.
Chris.
Okay, start with this.
Sexiest. What's this
What?
one?
Look at the camera.
Ooh. Exactly like a potato. Okay.
No, darling, one of the 3, no. Don't forget to RSVP. Okay. Don't forget to RSVP to the party. That's your sentence.
Okay, right, so say it. Okay, look at this camera, look at this camera.
What am I going to say?
Don't forget to RSVP to the party.
Okay. So I need to say it in a...
Sexy voice.
You need a sexy voice.
Voice that gets the aunties and gold, turned on.
Yeah, that sexy voice.
Now, darling, don't forget to RSVP, Retired Service People's Viagra Party. to the party.
To the party. Yeah, you take the long sentence. That's long. Shopping bag and environment and all that.
I have to read it off the screen in that
I
case.
once saw a cloud that looked exactly like a potato.
That's an easy one.
I once saw a cloud that looked exactly like a potato. I once saw a cloud that looked exactly like a potato.
Thought you got done with it, baby.
Man, you want sexy karanne කියලා මට බොන්න දෙන්න sexy නෙවෙයි.
Oh,
I'm tired day. I'm in about a 17-hour shift now with this sauce.
All right, next one. What is this? This.
That is long. Shopping cart and cloud.
That line is long.
Shopping bag represents to commitment
this
to you.
reusable shopping bag. It represents my commitment
to you
and
to the environment.
Hari, pull up. You can do it.
That represents my commitment
to you.
Yeah.
I remember it now.
Yeah, that's it.
So why did you say it then?
Yeah. Do sexy for me. Do sexy.
I'm not the punished.
This is
sexy.
It is sexy.
Karan.
This reusable
This reusable wedding card.
I can use it for my second marriage.
This reusable wedding card.
This reusable garbage bag
is a commitment
So
to you.
Commitment.
Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. At least you could have given us a shorter line for us.
Make a.
Yeah.
Come on,
goodness, that's a mouthful. You will forget
Like RSVP. We are all retired service people, no?
A usable garbage bag became a reusable garbage bag because of that.
Commitment to you
Yeah.
and to the society.
And to the environment.
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 Sorry.
Yeah. Venika, did you know what RSVP stands for?
There was stunned silence.
No.
Stunned silence on the show.
No.
On that note, we need to close the show. By the way.
Dengati.
We're done, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Followers.
We are not done
We're not done
yet.
yet. We're not done yet.
Followers. How many?
Flaws. How many flaws do we have?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
2,278 followers. Thank you very much.
Wow.
The billion, 2,78,000.
Chandramati wale. But thank you guys. So much love from all of you guys.
Thank you so much for being a part of the
Anandepa.
show. Thank you so much for following us. You can still continue to do that on our Instagram page. It's GNSL on PodHub. Please, we need to basically get lots of people to obviously subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is GNSL on PodHub. That's where the entire podcast actually goes up on the screen. We have a TikTok account, which is also, I think, GNSL on PodHub. I don't think it can be anything else apart from that. We also
Hamad is very sneakily looking at you.
What else do we actually
So
have?
we have Instagram.
We have Instagram.
We have Facebook.
We have Facebook.
We have now TikTok.
We have TikTok.
And we have now YouTube.
We have also YouTube. We don't have LinkedIn.
We can also give you our home addresses if you like to. To see this live in day to day.
We are also planning on getting an OnlyFans account.
That might work for some revenue.
And as you can see, Christine is completely part of the. You're part of the OnlyFans account? We want to open an OnlyFans account.
Okay.
Yeah. That's only for fans of the show.
Ek paase gaya.
Took him by surprise.
Oh, hari, okay, bye. Bye.
Have a good
Until next
week, guys.
time.
We'll speak to you next week. Take care.
Adios.
Bye. Good night, Sri Lanka. Have a good one.